Straight out of Compton, original streets. Grew up with the lion, see what the criminals see. Now he a giant and a pivotal key. Got it down to a science, this the visual streets. He came up with Bullet, he came up with Turtle. Live life to the fullest, he put it all in the journal. We dodging them bullets, we jumping them hurdles. It's the Hood Postman, we in the streets universal.
Hood Postman, Professor Belly Bell. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lives, but you come right here to get your truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15th. Lock the door. I got a thing about names, right? Whatever the name is given usually gives the characteristic of the individuals or the individual that the name is coming from.
Absolutely.
So you have to look at it in those terms. So Death Row, of course, Death Row was tied to a lot of different situations. Inside murders, outside murders, all around murders, right? Did you even know any of the players that actually put that Death Row thing together, or you just came in on these?
Well, I came in, I think, when they were on their last leg. Like Pac wasn't there, but I've been out of town with like Corrupt, Crooked Eye, and out of town with Spider Loc.
Spider Loc was even over there?
Yeah, Spider Loc was there, man.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what was it like being around? I mean, because now you saying it was down on the backside, so now Death Row is beginning to look a little.
It was on its last leg, man.
What did it look like on its last leg?
Shook was there, and for a couple of years he was in jail, so it was like I was just working there, basically with Said. Said was Suge's assistant. He was like running everything. And, it was just slow motion. Like, they were still promoting music, but it wasn't really going nowhere. Petey Pablo, he was on there too for a minute.
Wow. So when Biggie got killed, Peterson Center, right?
Death Row. I wasn't working there. Then I was just working there part-time.
Okay, so Death Row offices is what? Maybe
3 stoplights from the Peterson Museum.
That's interesting. Were you even there when that happened?
Oh no, I wasn't working there. I was I think I was doing like videos like periodically, because then at the time I was still working for the railroad.
Is there anything you can add to that situation that
I was just out of all the exposés that they do and investigations that they try to, I noticed that they never mentioned that the headquarters is just 3 stoplights away. I thought that's very interesting. With all these brilliant minds you have investigating, why they never mentioned that? They mentioned everything else, trying to link it.
That's interesting, because if I'm thinking if I'm trying to do something, why would I risk trying to get back to Compton, go there, when I can just turn up in the parking lot,
stoplights away,
and I'm in Death
get
Row,
another car and leave? You're on your way.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. What was it like working for Reggie?
Oh, Reggie's cool, man. I never had no problem with Reggie. I've been out of town with Chalet, Gang of Times, especially when Suge was in Mule Creek.
Your very first pay working at DR was for Bounty Hunter's funeral. What was that?
Buntry. No, the very first time I worked at the office was for Buntry's funeral. I mean, previous to that, I was just working like videos for Reggie. And the day of Buntry's funeral, no one was at the office. So that was my first time that I worked at Death Row office.
And you also met Suge's mom and dad. How were they?
Oh, they were cool. Yeah, I I met them at Mule Creek several times because Suge's mom, she
What was
fly.
Mule? You was at Mule Creek too?
Yeah, I went to Mule Creek. Yeah, that's where I would escort Miss Soleil to Mule Creek. We would fly up there.
Uh-huh.
And
To go visit Suge.
yeah, and his mom would be up there, mom and his dad, because she didn't fly, so they would drive up there. So yeah, I've met Suge's mom numerous times.
Did you know Sharitha too?
No, I
Okay.
came in contact with her. Like I tell you, that was like everybody was gone when I started working.
So they basically you became the security for Miss Chalet, the kids, the mom and dad, everybody, right?
Oh, pretty much at different times. Yeah, I would escort Miss Chalet to get her hair done. Miss Chalet's daughter Bailey,
Uh-huh.
and her son Marcel by Dr. Dre. I've been out of town with all of them.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I done popped Marcel upside his head for getting smart with his grandma.
So when that war started, so you was there when Bartree lost his. Did you ever meet Mob James as well?
Yeah, I see Mob James. Yeah, he up there, and basically I came in contact a lot with his brother Jimmy Rule. Jimmy Rule, I have the utmost amount of respect for Jimmy Rule.
Okay.
Jimmy Rule and Steve O. Those my dudes.
Uh-huh. So how was it working with the Pyrus? I mean, did they?
It was cool after they accepted me, but at first they was like standoffish because they didn't know me. But they was cool. They had love for me, and I had love for them.
Okay. Would you ever do it again?
Not knowing what I know. If I would have known what I know, I'd have passed it down.
Is it true or false? Do you think us as a culture that we're just overly addicted to drama?
Well, I think it has something to do with the self-hate that's instilled in us from slavery. Because you got to look at it like this. White man gave some black people some guns to turn on, to force them to go with some white people. And just the way everything is, man, it's just like too much self-hate. Like, it's like the crab barrel effect. Everybody wants, as soon as one gets up, another one's going to pull them back. That's just the way it is. Like, people can't open their minds to get over that.
What do we do to blow up those mindsets? Because those mindsets seem to be ingrained into our DNA and it is passed down from one generation to the next.
Just try to enlighten them to not be that way. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. That's just the way it is.
Uh-huh. So where do we start, though? Do we start, what level of kids do we start? Because I don't think we have a problem with the elementary kids. I think most of this starts in middle school.
It starts at home.
Starts at home.
It starts at home. It's like, see, the way we were raised, like what's that? It takes a community to raise a child. Like, hey, the neighbors used to whoop your butt, if you did something wrong. Like, it starts with respect. Like, it's not any respect being taught in household. And children, like, they talk to their parents crazy. It's like, it's like a biblical proportion, like the Bible says, in the last day and times, mother against daughter, father against son.
Yeah, they say that it takes a village to raise a child, but a child that doesn't feel the warmth of the village will burn it down. Well, don't feel the love of the village, will burn it down to feel its warmth.
Oh, wow.
I think that's pretty profound, and that's a very true statement. Yeah. So do you believe that we should have certain type of programs interjected into maybe the middle school when they start getting to middle school to try to turn this generation or this generational thing of thuggery of people just, for some reason we seem to think that We supposed to be thugs.
It should start sooner than that because, like, we were growing up, they had like the teen posts,
Mhm.
the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts. It was just different.
Which I was a part of them all.
Yeah, it was like teen posts. It was just different uh, venues for children to go to. Now, it's none of those things are really present.
True or false? I think that civil rights did more harm than it did good. For you. That's just my opinion. And I'll explain to you why.
I would say it helped. I can't really true or false it. It has its pros and cons.
Here's what I believe. I believe that prior to the civil rights, black people, we did everything together. We had bus companies, cab companies, doctors, lawyers, cleaners, stores, and we all shopped with each other. Civil rights opened the door for us to come out of our communities and go into other communities. And we've been devastated since.
That's a good point.
Prior to that, we were 85% marriage. Uh, we there were more fathers in the home. There were more family. You see, the Black Power structure has always been about the family unit.
Absolutely.
That's what kept it going. I think that
it's not enough black males in the home.
It's not.
Versatile.
And now we got these independents, right. Women.
And then, like, a woman can't raise a male child. You can do the best you can, but it's something that a woman can't instill in a male child. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is.
So when I see a lot of these gangbangers, like, and I'm gonna use the death row situation since we're talking about death row. There was a lot of people in death row were information poor, and reason why I say that because they had a multi-million dollar conglomerate.
Yeah, it was worth $500 million at one time
in their hands, right?
Yeah.
And what did they choose to do?
Squander.
Gangbang. That's the best they can separate. That's the best they can come up with was gangbanging.
Business from gangbanging.
That was the best they could do. Suge Knight. I mean, he assembled one of the greatest teams. He had Dr. Dre, he had Tupac, he had Snoop Dogg, he had the Dog Pound, and he had OFTB, and he had Miss Chalet, he had Jules, he had all these other Crooked Eye. He had JoJo and KC and all these different people. He had all these different people under this umbrella.
Has been another company like that since then.
And they couldn't get themselves out the streets. Like it was important to be in the streets and say, hey, look at me. They didn't buy no buildings.
That's ego.
They didn't buy no programs, or they didn't set up no programs, they didn't buy no buildings.
So you have to look at.
They paid rent over in Beverly Hills versus buying a building somewhere where a community center where everybody can come in and be a part of it. I think it could have been something a great deal greater and bigger. But then again, the limitations of people sometimes fall upon what other people think or feel, and to me, it's no limitations except either the ones you place on yourself or you allow others to place on you. And whatever happened with Death Row, it crumbled, man.
They didn't have the right agenda.
They didn't have the right. What does that old passage say? Render what is to Caesar, and they forgot to send the game a bill,
okay.
Because there's checks and balances in life, right? And at some point, if you default, then the game is going to send you a bill.
You can't blame Suge too. You have to blame the industry also because
yeah, of course.
Who wants to see a successful black man?
They don't.
So you got.
I can see David Kenner walking around. I can see Jimmy Iovine doing what he's doing, because Leora Cohen, they made millions and billions of dollars, and they're still rich to this day. And the same now we're looking at Suge, whereas he's doing collect calls from prison.
Podcast.
Yeah, Tupac is in the ground. Country is in the
One
ground.
time it was worth $500 million.
Yeah, Hen Dog is in the ground. You know,
Peace.
all these individuals, all these beautiful, intelligent, talented brothers and sisters.
They gave their life. For what?
Yeah. But, you know, I guess maybe one day he'll tell the real story behind death row. And then we'll know what that really happened, you know, till the end.
But I don't think, man, Suge will ever be broke. But I think right now he's probably working on some type of deal. I'm sure somebody gave him some money now for a book deal or a movie.
Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say?